Hey YouTube Red Sox fan, finally back again with Let's Play Vanilla World of Warcraft. This is episode 39, and I hope you guys enjoyed the last video. I wasn't exactly sure if I was either going to make this video that you're watching now, episode 38, or if I was going to make the Scarlet Monastery library run through level 30, or the episode 38. But it turns out that I'm making this episode 39, as you already saw the Scarlet Monastery library run through. So, as you can plainly see, I am at my Shaman trainer because I leveled up to 30 during the graveyard run, and I had bought let's see, Searing Totem rank 3, so that's very helpful. A little extra damage per shot for that. I got a new Healing Stream Totem, that's rank 2, and I got some new abilities and spells. One of them is Reincarnation, which I will talk about. I think I actually, what did I put down? Grounding Totem. I need the Air Totem to actually use the Grounding Totem. Reincarnation. It requires a regent. It's not like it's a passive spell, so you don't have to, you know, cast it or anything. And basically what happens is, if you die, if you have an Ankh, which is a regent that I actually buy plenty of to have just in case, you can resurrect from death. And it has a 30, it's either a 30-minute or an hour cooldown. I also got Wind Fury weapon, and I also got Astral Recall, which Astral Recall is just a spell that acts like your Hearthstone, but it has a 15-minute cooldown as opposed to an hour, so that's very helpful. Now that we talk to Xanis Flameweaver, he will give us the quest Call of Air, where we will go get our Air Totem in Thousand Needles, so I'm going to cut away, and I'll meet you guys there. Alright guys, I'm back in Thousand Needles. If you are wondering where it is located, I'm at the Weathered Nook, which is just to the east of the Split Hoof Crag where all the centaurs are. So we're going to be talking to Prate Cloudseer, and this quest is actually the easiest of all the Call of Airs. There's Call of Water, Fire, Earth, all those. This is Call of Air, and basically it's just one quest, and we talk to her, we turn it in, and we get a buff that increases our movement speed and attack speed, and we also get the Air Totem. So now we can cast Grounding Totem. Yes, and Grounding Totem, if you guys don't know what that does, it basically eats up one harmful spell that is directed towards you. But this guy, Dorn Planestalker, has a quest for us called Test of Faith, and basically it's going to teleport us all the way up here, and he wants to test our faith, and he wants to see if we actually are brave enough to jump off, which we are, and right before we splat against the ground, we are teleported back inside the Weathered Nook, and we have the objective complete for the quest, and we can go ahead and turn it back into Dorn Planestalker. So, Test of Faith. And this quest actually is the first of a long chain that and basically this entire episode, this entire episode is going to be focused around, is the Test of Faith quest chain. So the next quest in this chain is Test of Endurance, and he wants us to go and bring him Granka's Claw, which is located, oh, where is it located? It's located in a Harpy Den. I can't remember exactly where it's located. Rogue Feather Den. Rogue Den Feather. Oh boy, my dyslexia is showing for sure. So I just cut away really quickly, and I'm back at, it says a Screeching Canyon, but the quest is actually located in what is known as the Rogue Feather Den, where I kill, obviously these Rogue Feather Harpies are going to be attacking me, so I'm going to be taking them out. And now that I have Wind Fury weapon, that's basically like an enhancement shaman's bread and butter, so I won't be using Rockbiter weapon anymore. I won't be using Flame Tongue or Frostband, because Wind Fury is definitely the best weapon enchantment that enhancement shamans can use that we get from our own spells. So now that I took care of those girls, I'm going to go ahead and cut away further into the den, and here I'm back. I actually, as I'm taking care of this Windcaller, I'll tell you, I grouped up with this troll hunter named, what was his name? Zangu, with 2 Z's and 2 G's. I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, hello. Welcome to my videos, and we are at the end of the dungeon. Well, it's not really a dungeon, more of a cave, or den. We're at the end of the den. So this is the last Harpy we have to kill, and actually, boy oh boy, let me tell you, I really goofed up right here. So there are these 3 crates of harpy foodstuffs, and I opened one of them. I wasn't sure what the quest objective was, so I opened one, he opens one, then I was like, oh, maybe we have to open all 3 of them. So does he open the 3rd? I think he does. No, it's just the 2. Oh, no, that idiot opened the 3rd one. So he opens all 3. Basically what happens when you open one is, after a few seconds, screeching harpies will appear, and you're gonna have to kill them. And then, after a little while more harpies appear, and then at the end of it all, the Granka, I forget what her name is, like Bloodclaw? What's her name? It's Granka something. The lady, the harpy you have to kill for the quest. Blood Screech. Granka Blood Screech. She appears. So basically, we opened all 3 of them. We both died because we were just overwhelmed by these mobs. I didn't know what the quest was to do. So this is some advice for you. Open one. Just one, and some harpies will spawn, and you have to attack them, and then more harpies will spawn, and then finally Granka Blood Screech will spawn. So we resurrect, we run back to our bodies, we kill the harpies that are obviously respawning in the cave because it took so long for us to run back. And I'm just telling him right now that this is the tactic, because they have not despawned yet. There's still like 20 harpies over there. Once I pan the camera and you see them, you're gonna laugh. And this guy, I don't know what his deal is, but he wasn't helping me really at all. I was doing most of the killing in this cave. Yeah, he's a total dick. So anyway, we kill these harpies, and man, win fairy weapon. And this was my tactic. I was telling him, send his pet in. He can act as a tank, you know, not that big of a deal if he dies. We burn down the main chick we have to kill, Granka Blood Screech, and then we loot her really quickly, and then we can either run away or we'll probably eventually die, no matter what. So we kill this dude, and then does he? I can't remember what he does here. I think he initiates the fight. So we're just waiting on him. I suppose he's drinking or something. Whatever. I'm drinking too. He goes ahead and targets her, and then he attacks her. And so I attack too. But I think two more harpies. Yeah. Oh, all the blood screeches actually come and aggro me. So we take care of this one, and it looks like I'm about to die. I'm at 1% health. She dies. I loot it, and then I die. So I loot Granka's claw at 1% health, and I don't even know if he looted it because I think you can only take one per, mob. So I have it, and that's all that matters. I cut away. I'm back in the weather nook. I don't give a shit about that guy anymore. I think I just res sicknessed. I resurrected, and then I ran back and disbanded the party, so whatever. I turned that in. The next quest in this chain is called Test of Strength, and Dorn Planestalker here wants us to go bring him fragments of Rock a Limb, which is an elite Earth Elemental located in 1,000 Needles. So obviously I'm going to Ghost Wolf up and get that guy out of there, and I'll meet you guys at Rock a Limb. So here he is. Rock a Limb, he's elite, he's a level 30 elite, and he hits pretty hard. I actually don't die throughout this fight. I think how many times did I engage him? I did this first time, I ran away because boy oh boy does he hit hard. Or actually no. What did I do? I engaged him, I saw that he hit hard. The stuns do work on him, that's fine. And he also is easily, what's the word? Rooted, or snared. So I think I do run away. I keep Frost Shock up on him, and basically this is there's gonna be a few fadeaways during this fight. I actually think at one point I was out of mana and I ran away, and then I had to initiate the fight. But basically this is the tactic that I found was very successful for me. I keep a mana totem up, just so I regen more mana quickly. I keep Frost Shock on him at all times, 100%. And then I don't use it right when the cooldown's up. I use it when it wears off, when the 50% slow debuff on him wears off. So that gives me 2 extra seconds to, regenerate a little more mana. And then I also keep Searing Totem up on him 100%. And basically, I just kite him around my totems. My Searing Totem does basically 90% of the, it's like 80% of the damage. And then Frost Shock does the other like 20% or whatever. Because Frost Shock does still hit for like 100 around 100 plus per hit. So Searing Totem is doing its damage. I keep that up definitely. I keep the Frost Shock debuff on him, and this is my tactic for beating him. Like I said, he's level 30 elite. He is very hard to kill. He hits very hard. I don't know. I mean, obviously warlocks and hunters have pets that can tank, so they can solo most quests easily, or most elites too, that other classes can't. This is the best tactic that I used to defeat him as a shaman. So if you guys liked it, I hope you can use this somehow in the future. Just basically kiting him around my Searing Totem with Frost Shocks, and it worked pretty well for me. I'm gonna try it on other mobs, and hopefully it works out. So I flex there, I do some little train choo-choos, and I cut away to the Weathered Nook, and here I am with Dorn Planestalker, and we turn this Test of Strength in, the Fragment of Rock a Limb. Gives us a bunch of experience, and the next quest is Test of Lore, and he wants us to go meet Braum, I forget his last name, near Talendap. I can't speak today. Near Talondeep Path, and that is actually located excuse me, in Stone Talon Mountains. But before that, a little cutaway, and I guess this gives me a little chance to talk. Before I started actually doing any of those quests, I went to Arathi Highlands and I farmed spider silk. It only took me about 20 kills from the spiders that spawn like right near the entrance to Hillsbrad Foothills in Arathi Highlands to get their spider silk. And I already had all of the other ingredients, so now I'm making toughened leather gloves. I really am having a hard time speaking today. Toughened leather gloves. So they are going to be another blue I can add, and their stats, which I do talk about at some point, it's like +6 agi, +6 stamina, and +3 spirit, or something. It's like 663 or 633, something like that. But all I know is they are much better than what I'm wearing right now. Definitely an upgrade. So we go ahead, it's a 40-second, cast time to make them. I get the +1 to my leatherworking ability, which is now at what does that say, 137? So that's okay. I'll be leveling that up at some point off screen, just to try and keep up with it. So now that I made it, I don't know what the hell I was doing, I was dilly-dallying. So yeah, +6 agi, +3 stamina, and then +6 spirit. So that's definitely an upgrade to what I had, and now that I have that equipped, I'm going to cut away back, and here I am in Stone Talon Mountains. And it's near the Talondeep Path that that connects Ashenvale with Stone Talon Mountains. So keep that in mind, and he's basically southeaster-ish. And this is Brog Dim Spirit, and we go ahead and turn in the Test of Lore, and he wants us to go ahead and find the Legacy of the Aspects. It is a book, and is located in Ashenvale. It's located in... man, I really can't remember where it's located. The Dor Danil Barrow. And it is located in Ashenvale. It is basically guarded by these severed druids, and I think there's like severed keepers and sleepers and all these other ebers in this little dungeon. But basically, cave, you're gonna have to run all the way to the bottom. It's very difficult, but eventually, if you know where Maverick Cloudstalker is that his name? Cloudbreak. I can see his name. It's in that room-ish area. And I initially didn't know where it was, so I killed all these mobs thinking it was somewhere else. And then I find out that it's not. It is sitting nicely on a table on this, platform that I already passed. So I run back and I go ahead and loot the thing. And you see there's these little undead fellows. Dark Slayers. They locate around. There's like assassinators and all these assassins. They don't do shit for you, so don't rely on them because they do not engage with the NPC, with the hostile mobs in the area. So don't rely on them at all. So now we're back with Brog, and we turn in the Legacy of the Aspects. And this next quest, it's Test of Lore, but he wants us to answer a question after we have read the book, which I didn't read, but I knew the answer anyway. My question to you is this, Shaman. Which of the aspects created by the Titans became the nefarious creature known as Deathwing? Is it Assyria? No. Netherion? Yes. Norzdamu? Alexstrasza? Malygos? No, those are all aspects, but it's not the aspect that turned into Deathwing. The aspect that turned into Deathwing is Netherion, so that is your answer. We turn the quest in, and just a little warning of advice, or just a little piece of advice. If you answer that question incorrectly, you will be teleported to Terran Mill, or Thousand Needles, Free One Post, somewhere. So just, try not to answer that incorrectly. Oh no, it's Camp Taraho. You will be teleported to Camp T in the Barrens. So now this next quest in the chain, Test of Lore, will send us to Parkwall Fentalis. That is a crazy name in the Undercity, and this quest text is basically saying he does not agree with us that we're capable of completing the quests, the challenges up to here, so he wants us to prove our worthiness. He wants us to go collect a book that is located in the Scarlet Monastery Library Wing, and it just so happens that I did not loot the book when I ran through the first time that you saw in episode 38 because I didn't even have the quest for it back then. But that's okay, because right after I got that quest, I made a group. It only took about, how long did it take? It took about 30-40 minutes to make. No big deal. And I figured I would, make a group faster if I was the healer, so I just was the healer for this run through. And I actually, at some point, I leveled up to 31, because I'm level 31 in there, and I just put my talent point in, I think it's Enhanced Weapons or something? The one that buffs my Wind Fury weapon, so no big deal. This group was actually pretty decent. We didn't die at all, so I was happy with my heals, mainly because this tank is level 41, I believe. He was trying to run through, like, Armory, but he settled for Library. After this run, I had to leave, so I couldn't run through Armory. I couldn't run through Armory anyway. I'm level 31. I definitely could not heal through that. That would be too much of a challenge, I think, for me. But anyway, if you were trying to find the book, it is right as you go in the Gallery of Treasures, as I talked about in the last episode. It is in the first room on your left, and it is a book in there. So it's not that difficult to get to. You just have to be, you have to run through Scarlet Monastery Library, obviously. And in my case, I had to run through it. I had to run through it an extra time to get it, and nothing good dropped for me. This dungeon I'm basically over because nothing good drops out of it. So, with that being said, I will go ahead and cut away back to Parkwall, or however you say his name, and we turn the book in, and it was the second to last. Well, actually, I spoke too soon. There is another quest to Test of Lore. He wants us to answer another question, just like Brog in Stone Talon Mountains. So now answer me this, Miltank. Which creature became the Lich King before spreading the plague across Lordaeron? Your answers is obviously Ner'zhul, if you know anything about the lore, as I do, because I've read the books, because I'm a nerd about World of Warcraft. So now that we turn that in, that was the last quest for this chain. The next one, Final Passage, is actually unattainable for me. I do not meet the requirements. I had no idea that this was going to happen. I think I'm level 31, so obviously I thought it was a level 30 required quest. I might be level 32. Next time I level up, I'll definitely check back with Parkwall and see if I meet the requirements for it. I actually cry on his shoulder because I really wanted that weapon that I get. So that's it for this episode. I've cut to black, but that's fine. In the next episode, I hope I don't know what I'm going to do in the next episode, actually. I'll probably just continue questing in, where was I before? Thousand Needles. I have a few quests to do there. So yeah, until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys go ahead and try and do this quest chain, because it's incredibly fun, a lot of experience, quite challenging at points, but it's very rewarding in the end. So, until then, guys, this has been Red Sox Fan. Stay classy, and peace out.